Hello kids, in the last class we have done the concept of profit and loss, cost price and selling price, and I hope that you have gone through the same video and practice that at home. In today's class we are going to pick up the exercise based on that is exercise 2b. So let's start. The first question is decide whether there is a profit or loss in each of these products with the help of a model. So we are given four cases here, four models, and we have to identify in each case whether it's a case of profit or loss. So the first one is the Kondapalli toys from Andhra Pradesh. The cost price of the toy is 305. It means the toy was brought or it was purchased at a price of 305. It was bought at the price of 305 and then the selling price is 340. It means it was sold at the price of 340. So kids, we can see very well here in the first case, I'm just writing here. In the very first case, what we have is the cost price is rupees 305 and the selling price is rupees 340. So we can see that 340 is greater than 305, right? So 340 is greater than 305. That means selling price of the toy is greater than the cost price. Okay, so now we know that if the selling price of a thing is greater than the cost price, it's a case of a profit. So the first one is a case of profit. And now we have to identify the amount of profit. So amount we can get by measuring the difference between the two, between the selling price and the cost price. Selling price is 340, cost price is 305. So this will turn out to be rupees 35. Okay, I'm writing here, this will be rupees 35 here. Again, I'm repeating, the cost price and selling price was given to us and we know that 340 is greater than 305. 340 is selling price and 305 is cost price, and selling price is greater than the cost price here. So if selling price is greater than the cost price, it means we are gaining profit. We are having profit. Okay, because we are selling the item at greater price than we bought it for. So, and the amount of profit can be measured by measuring the difference between the selling price and cost price, which is 35 in this case. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Moving to B part, I am just trying to write it here only. So for the B part, the mask from Kerala, cost price of the mask is rupees 275. That means it was bought at rupees 275 and the selling price is rupees 255. That means it was sold at the price of 255. So kids, here we can see that 255 is less than 275, right? This amount, rupees 255, it is less than 275. So in this case, the selling price is less than the cost price. That means we are selling it at a lower price. Okay, so this is a case of loss because the selling price is less than the cost price. And now we have to measure the amount of loss. So amount of loss we can measure by measuring the difference between the two. That is 275 minus 255, which will turn out to be rupees 20. Okay, so rupees 20 is the loss. I hope this is clear. In this very case, the selling price is less than the cost price, so it's a case of loss. And then we are measuring the amount of loss by measuring the difference between the selling price and the cost price. So this was our cost price and this was our selling price. And the difference is the loss here. Okay. Next, the C part. It is Kolhapuri chappals from Maharashtra. So for this chappals, the cost price is given as 428 and the selling price is 410. So again, selling price is less. So that means we are selling it at a lower price than what we bought it for. That means we are booking a loss in this case. We are having loss because our selling price is less than the cost price. We are selling it for a lower price. So this is the case of loss. And the amount of loss can be measured by measuring the difference between these two. This is 428 minus 410, and this will turn out to be rupees 18. So there is a loss of rupees 18 here. Okay, I hope this is clear. What we have to do is we have to see what is the cost price and selling price. We have to see which one is greater. So in all these cases, we have seen that in few cases the selling price is less, and in one of the case the selling price was more. Okay, so that was the scenario of a profit, and these two are a scenario of loss. And we can find out the amount of profit and loss by measuring the difference between the selling price and the cost price. Now the last part of this question number 1, metal craft of Madhya Pradesh. So here there is an elephant of metal, and the cost price of this toy is 1680, and the selling price is 2390, that is 2390. So kids, we can see the selling price is greater here. That means we are selling the metal craft at a higher price than what we bought it for, because 2390 is greater than 1680. So again, if the selling price is greater, it is the case of profit. So we are having profit here. And how much is the profit? Simple. Again, we will find out the difference. 2390 minus 1680. So this will be 0. Here we will get 1. 1 carry, 13 minus 6 is 7. And then 0. So we will get rupees 710 as a profit. Okay. Again, I'm mentioning the steps. First, write down what is the cost price and selling price, and then identify which is greater, selling price or cost price. If selling price is greater, it's a case of gain or profit. If cost price is greater, it is the case of loss. And the amount of both profit and loss can be identified by finding the difference between the selling price and the cost price. Okay, so this was question number 1. Now coming to question number 2, I'll just move it here a bit. Yeah, question number 2. So kids, it has multiple parts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 2 parts from this, and rest you can do. And if at all you find any difficulties, you can always email me and I will pick the other parts as well. Okay, so I am picking B part and D part. Okay, so in this table, this is a cost price given to us. This column is a column of cost price. This is a column of selling price. And then we have to identify profit or loss in this particular column and the amount of profit or loss. I'm just writing the amount of profit or loss in this particular column. Okay, so let's pick first of all, we'll understand the A part. So in the A part, the cost price is given as 2090 rupees and the selling price is 2100 rupees. So here we can see the selling price is greater than the cost price. So kids, if selling price is greater, that is a case of profit, because that means we are selling it at a higher price than what we bought it at. So this is a case of profit because selling price is greater, and the amount of profit and loss again by finding the difference between the two. So that can be done by subtraction. 2100 minus 2090, and the difference is rupees 10. So that means it is a profit of rupees 10 here. Okay, profit of rupees 10. Now B part we will do. Here the cost price is 8395 and the selling price is 8935. So again kids, 8935 is greater than 8395, right? So I'm writing here SP is greater than CP. So if selling price is greater than the cost price, it is a case of profit. It is a case of profit. We can also write it as P. Okay, and then the amount of profit by subtracting these two. So what we have to do is, I'm doing it here, 8935, and we have to subtract 8395 here. Okay, so it will be 045. It will be rupees 540. The difference is rupees, you have to find the difference. We can write it here and we will get rupees 540. So this is the amount of profit in this scenario. C part and E part you will do yourself. I am picking the D part. So in the D part, the cost price is rupees 9319, that is 9319, and the selling price is 9139. So we can see the selling price is less than the cost price, or we can say the cost price is greater here. So if cost price is greater than selling price, that means we are selling it at a low price. We are at loss. So this is a case of loss. And again, we can find the amount of loss by simple subtraction. That is 9319 minus 9139. Okay, this is 0, 8 and 180. Okay, okay, so this is our loss, rupees 180. I'm writing here rupees 180 is the loss amount. Okay, now kids, these two questions you have to pick yourself, and I am moving to the third question. First find the final cost of each item and then calculate the profit or loss using the models if you wish. So what is provided here is the list of cost price, overhead. Overhead means, we read about overhead, it is the additional charges which we always add to the cost price, right? And then we have to find the total cost. So the total cost will be cost price plus overhead that a person is spending, okay, in creating a thing or in purchasing a thing. And then the selling price. Selling price is the amount the person is getting by selling that particular thing or the product. We are given the list of selling price, then we have to find out it's a case of a profit or a loss and the amount of profit or loss. Okay, so let us, again I'm picking two parts from here. I'm picking C and D now. Okay, so let's go to C. In C, we are given the cost price as 2100 and overhead as 395. So first we have to find the total cost. So that what will be the total cost? It will be the cost price plus the overhead. That is, we will write here rupees 2100 plus rupees 395. Okay, so I'm just doing it here. 2100 plus 395 for you is 594 and 2. So we will get 2495 here. So what I'm doing is I'm just replacing this part straight away with this amount. Okay, so we will get 2495 after addition here. This is our total cost price, or you can say the final cost we are spending on that item. And now we are selling it at 2300. So kids, again 2300 is less than 2495. So it is a case of loss. Why? Because we are selling it at a lower price. The amount of cost we put it into this particular item was 2495, but we are selling it at a lower price. So this is the case of loss. Okay, and now amount of loss we can find it by difference of total cost and the selling price. The total cost, we put it into that particular product, and the selling price at which we are selling that product, that particular thing. So this will be 591 rupees 195. So there is a loss of rupees 195 in this case. I hope this is clear. Again, I am repeating, what we have to do is we have to find the total cost by adding the cost price and the overhead. So this will give us the cost we are spending on a product or anything or any toy. and then we are selling it at 2300. And since we know here that 2300 is less than 2495, that means the selling price is less than the final cost. So we are at loss. And the amount of loss is the difference in the final cost and the selling price, which is rupees 195 in this case. Okay. Now, next question, the E part. So in E part, what we have here is the cost price is rupees 9127, 9127. Okay, I'm writing here 9127, and the overhead is 2061. And what we do is we will find the final cost. That will be 7 plus 1, 8, 6 plus 2, 8, 1 and 11. So this will be 11,188. This is the final cost. Now, from this final cost, we will see what is the selling price. Selling price is 10,050. So that means we are selling it at a lower price because selling price is less than the cost price. So I'm writing the selling price here, 10,050. So selling price is less than cost price. Again, this is the case of loss. And the amount of loss is difference between the final cost and the SP, which is 8 minus 0 is 8, 8 minus 5 is 3, 1 as is, 1 as is. So there is a loss of 1,138 rupees. Okay. So this is the amount of loss which we are facing here. I hope this is clear, kids. What we have done here is we have find out the final cost, and then we are comparing the final cost with the selling price to identify whether it's a case of a profit or loss. And after that, we are identifying the amount of profit and loss, which I have written here. Okay. So the next exercise, that is the the next question, the fourth question, we will pick up in the next class. And till that time, what you do is you practice all this question, try to go through the question which we have not done in the class. And if there is any problem or you are facing or any confusion, you can always email me and I will pick up these queries. Okay. So thanks for attending the class, and I will see you all in the next class.